Hello, hello, all you wonderful humans. I'm Pixie, and this is Pixie's Projects. Today, we're doing a color along or a color and chat, however you want to word it, in Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. And I'm using Black Widow pencils throughout until the end. And the background will be done with Neocolor 2s. So I hope you enjoy watching, and I will be chatting with you throughout the video. If I sound a little off, it's April in Pennsylvania, so it's allergy season. Um, yeah, so I realize that I don't do a lot of these videos because I have to color and talk at the same time. And what I normally like to do when I color is watch YouTube or watch a movie. And I can't do those things together when I'm trying to do a video as well. So what I'm doing now is just filming my coloring and then doing a voiceover after the fact. Hopefully it'll be something that is acceptable and works for everybody. This video is sped up. The entire process of this page took 4.5 hours. And as you can see by the time on this, it's about 32 minutes. So yeah, it's considerably sped up. I am leaving a list of the colors used below in the description so that if you want to color along or you like a color combo or anything like that, all of that will be available in the description. I just thought that would be easier than putting it on the screen since it's so sped up. And that way, at your leisure, you can go pick it off of there and save it or screenshot it or however you want to deal with it. But just in case you're wanting to write them down as you go, I will try to keep up with that as well. So right now we're coloring the hydrangeas, or what I'm considering hydrangeas. And the colors I used on these were DG157 Blue Tongue, DG150 Picasso Sky, MN01 Cream, MN039 Lavender. And I believe I said Black Widows, but just in case, this is all Black Widow colors. The only other thing I will be using is Neocolor 2s at the very end for the background. So, okay, so we're into these hydrangeas pretty hard. And I did skip parts, like I've colored a few. Now you can see that the whole set is colored. I didn't think anybody would sit through every single hydrangea. Now I'm onto the leaves, and I'll do the same thing there where I'll color one and the rest will be colored. The leaves were CB96 Forest, SC07 Olive Green, MN088 Green Tea, MN114 Oyster. And I also have a short of coloring this leaf with the colors labeled on the short. I just thought that might be nice for somebody who just wanted to see how I did the leaves. But anyway, I thought we would do it this way, and I would get the colors out to you and also be able to just chat about things that are going on. Like, we just did the poll for next week's color and chat, and it's going to be In a Frog's Tale by R.J. Hampson. I forgot to look up the name of the page we're doing, but it's the one with the hat stall and all the hats. So if you want to get that ready and out and you want to play along with me, feel free. I don't know what I'm using for media right now, but I will be figuring that out shortly. I'm also wondering, and you can let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in having a poll for what media I would use on the page as well, because that is something that would give you guys a little more control over what's going on with my page as I do it. And I enjoy that because I kind of take some of the guesswork or thought process out for me. What else did I have written down here that I needed to tell you? Oh, I'm going to be slowing down from the daily filming. I just wanted to come back in swinging and get a good bit of videos out so you could catch up to them. And I'm going to go back to trying to just do Tuesdays and Saturdays and other days when I feel like doing it. The group buddy colors will still be coming out on the 1st of the month. Finished pages will be coming out on the last day of the month. And there was something else, and I don't remember what it was. Finished page. Plans for the month will be coming out the 2nd of the month. And whatever day those fall on, that's what day those videos will come out. But Tuesdays and Saturdays for dedicated videos like color and chats or hauls and things like that. But if I feel like doing a flip through, I'll add that any day I want to do it. You know, that kind of thing. I just don't want it to become overwhelming and then I don't post at all because that would be no fun for me. So here the leaves are finished and we're moving on and we're just doing the stems. And the stems are getting done in the CB96 Forest. They're just very thin and small, so it's one color and I'm just straight coloring them. So we've got a lot going on here because the weather is starting to change. David's getting ready to plant our vegetable garden again outside and get the yard cleaned up and ready because we've got Brenna is graduating. My youngest is graduating college on the 13th. So we're having a graduation party on the 6th. So everything has to be done by then. And that's going to be great. And I'm really excited for that. And she's finally decided on what law school she's going to. So she's all set for that. And that starts in August. So there's a lot going on with her. We've got to get her set up for her new apartment and get her moved out and everything. So yeah, life is very complicated, busy, not sure the right word, but a lot is happening and it's good. It's all good stuff. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing. I've got a menu planned for this party, and I've got to do all the cooking and the cleaning and, you know, everything that goes along with having a party. And that's coming soon, which is another reason why I want to slow down on filming so I can concentrate on some house stuff. And this is the final kid moving out halfway, I guess. So technically a lot more time in my life, so I probably could get more videos out, but I don't want to push it. I also need to know, and I'm hoping y'all can help me, I need to start looking at wedding dresses for my son's wedding in December, and it's an evening wedding, so I'm trying to get something really nice, and I don't even know where to begin. I spend most of my days in sundresses in the summer and jeans in the winter. So getting something really nice is like way different than my normal shopping expeditions. So if you can think of anywhere online to even just get ideas for dresses, that would be really helpful because I don't necessarily want to buy online. But definitely having an idea what I'm looking for before I get out there and start looking would be great. Okay, now we're doing the flower pot. And the flower pot is CB96 Rattlesnake, CB68 Chestnut, DG139 Brown Brick, DG137 Saddle. And we will be adding more colors to this flower pot as well. I did not leave it one color. I don't know why, but I went a little crazy with it. I have minor regrets about it, but it's done and that's what it is. And overall, I think the picture still looks nice. So you'll have to let me know what you think when we get to the end. Yeah, I'm catching myself sniffing a lot, so I am very sorry about that. I don't like it, but I don't have much choice in the matter. And I didn't want to set this to music because I know I personally enjoy listening to a color and chat, feeling like a person's in the room with me, you know, and just having them chit chat at me as opposed to music because then I never know what's happening because I forget to look up. I'm just listening to the music and coloring, which isn't very helpful for me. So I hope you like it this way. Yeah, I'm just getting my blends and shades in there, and soon we'll move on to the next part of the flower pot and I'll have another set of colors for you. But other than that, I've asked in every video and I will continue to ask, let me know if there's specific books or specific media that you want to see covered on the channel. I am slowly working my way through a lot of my media, cleaning it up, making sure that it's been swatched. It's in my book because if it's not swatched, I kind of forget it exists. So for me, everything needs to be swatched in a book. And when I start a page, I pull out my swatch binder and just kind of start looking for a media that I want to use. I have them divided, which I should do a tour of my swatch binder when I finish it. But it's set up by pencils and then water mediums, which would include like watercolor pencils, watercolor itself, other medias, which are like acrylic paints, gouache. I have my gel crayons under water media because you can use water on them, my Neocolor 2s. I have a section for all the different crayons I have that are not water soluble, like that kind of thing. So I should pull that out and do something like a tour or a walkthrough of it so you could see what I have going on in there. Because that does work for me to help me pick out stuff to do when I decide on a page. Like I said, we're doing frog's tails next. So when I pull frog tail to look at the page itself, I'll kind of figure out if it's pencils or what I will be using for that. And then, you know, I'll have to decide if the page needs prepped or not, because if I decide to use watercolors, it definitely is going to need some sort of ground on it. But I got to figure that out as I get there. So also let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in, is seeing a video of me from start to finish trying to figure out what I'm doing with a page. Sorry if there's a weird hitch here. We had some sort of siren outside, so I wanted to pause it and continue on from there because I didn't want that to be in the video at all. It was very loud. So like I was saying, what was it about starting a page? If you're interested in seeing a video of me doing a page from start to finish, like you all could pick out the book and then I could show in the video like the thought process, pulling out my binder, figuring out what I want to do with it, how I prep a page, all that, and just go into the page from there and then do the color along. Let me know, because I'm never entirely sure like what exactly people want to see from a video. If they want, you know, more detail of things. Like I know I want to do a few more videos coloring small things and doing it on camera in real time, full length, no, you know, trimming it up or anything like I've done with this, speed up. Okay, we're doing the yellow part now, so let me talk about that really quick and I'll get back to it. But for the yellow, I used CB44 Sunset, MN079 Aztec Gold, and CB32 Gold. And I'm doing a couple parts of the pot this yellow, and then there will be one last color for the pot, and the pot will be done. Yeah, so like I was saying, I'm never really sure, and I do want to start doing more small real-time based objects so that you can watch it and follow along if you wanted to, or just see how I color very specific items. And I thought about doing it in like this book or a couple of the other Johanna books where she's got like the 12 or 15 items on a page. Something like that. If you're interested, pop it down below. Let me know again. Anything you guys think you want, let me know. We'll see what we can pull off. Okay, I just showed the end of the pot, so this must be where I lost video. The turquoise that's on that is DG140 Wizard, MN124 Cat's Eye, and MN120 Emerald. And then the wall itself is the Wizard and the Cat's Eye and MN108 Washed Green. I should say the wall inside the pot. And now I'm just working on the porthole is what I've been calling it. And all the metal, I'm using that term very loosely, all the gray bits are SD024 Midnight, CB75 Dim Gray, and MN109 Dark Gray. And I am using that for the porthole window, the lanterns that are sticking out of the flower pot at the top, and the small tin can on the right-hand side shelf in the bathroom. So all of those will get colored in that color, and I believe that's all that's that. But just to be safe, we'll keep watching and see what I do because I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, there we go with the lanterns. I did try to keep like a good set of notes going. I did my best. It's hard. Sometimes I'll get into the groove and I won't remember to write stuff down. So I'm hoping, you know, like I said, I'm doing better at that. So I can give you more full information if you wanted to follow along. And I really don't know who does follow along or who just watches it. Or if you're like me and it's just background noise and somebody talking to you. And if it is background noise for you, hey, you're doing a really great job on your page. Keep going. You know, if you're coloring, I'm here with you. Where it's just darkening up. Oh no, now we're on the tub. Okay, sorry. The tub is Fawn, MN121, Cream, MN071, and Milk, MN067. I didn't look through this list to see what I use the most of, but it appears there's a lot of the Dragon set and the Monarch set. But I think I went through all of them. Like, what is there? There's Cobra, Scorpion, Cobra, Scorpion, Monarch, Dragon, Skin Tone Light, Skin Tone Dark. I think that's all of them. So I've used Dragon, Monarch. We're still doing the tub. I just looked over again. I used Dragon, Monarch, Cobra, Scorpion, Skin Tone Light. This is like the littlest piece of paper too. I was just writing everything on it. Okay, and Black Widow. So that's it. I think it's a Skin Tone Dark. I did not use at all. Right now we're just coloring in the faucet. Okay, so it's the lanterns, the faucet, the light, or the porthole, and the little tin bucket are all going to be that color. The bubbles, which I'm just adding to now, are blush SL015, and then on the bottom edges of it I used DG157 Blue Tongue, and it gives it like a purplish look to it, which I really liked. And I'm doing the exact same thing to the bubbles on the bottom. And now we're coloring in the radio that's on the shelf to the left. Let's see, where is that? Okay, it just says pinks and yellows for bath because I did the radio and the little bottles and things and the towels and the flower pot inside the flower pot, all with these colors. So the pinks I used were SL020 Fairy Floss, MN114 Fudge, SL015 Blush. And then the yellows were SC07 Honeycomb, CB32 Gold, MN067 Milk. So that gives you an idea what's happening. Like I said, they will be in the description below, so you don't have to hurry up to write them all down. But if you're following along, it might be easier to have it as you're pausing it so you know what colors they are. I tried to keep it real cohesive inside the flower pot with just the teals, the pinks, and the yellows and neutrals. Like the basket will be a neutral tan color. And then the flooring I did very neutral as well with the, what did I use? The milk and the cream is what's going to be for the tiles. So they're very, very light. But yeah, I'm excited. The weather's finally starting to change for us. And I'm really hoping, it's too early to get a forecast. And really, our forecasts aren't great. I don't really like to look at it and say, oh, let's make plans, because it never works out. It's like maybe 2 days you can trust, and then by the third day it's completely off the rails and different from what they say is happening. So not the greatest, but I'm really hoping the weather holds and that it's a nice day for Brenna's graduation, because I want to do it outside if we can. We have a rather large backyard, and it'll just make life easier for everybody if it's outside. But if it doesn't work out, I guess inside's where we're going to do it. Just don't know what we're doing for food yet. I've got a request into her to tell me what to make. I don't know if we're barbecuing or if I'm doing food, I have no idea yet. So that should be fun, and I get to go shopping for party supplies. Love that. All right, we're just coloring the bottles at the bottom. We colored the ones up top. That tin can finally got colored. It took me a while to realize it was a tin can. So now we're coming in and doing this big oval I have from Creative Memories. And I'm using my Neocolor 2s. If you don't have a big oval and you want to do this, just look around your house. You'd be surprised at like how many things you have that are the right shape, like serving platters and things like that. Plates, bowls. There's always something you can use to get a more rounded shape. And if you don't have anything like that, you can just do a rectangle and get essentially the same effect. Or just do a frame around the picture and just leave a white border on the edges, because I don't like to mess around in the edges. And I wasn't sure this even needed a background, but then I was like, I might as well do it since I'm here. So the colors we used for the Neocolor 2s, and I did not write down the numbers, just the names. They're Indigo, night blue, ultramarine, and light blue. So night blue and light blue. Light blue is right around the lanterns. Ultramarine goes around in a circle around that. Up against all like the places where there would be shadow is the night blue. No, indigo blue, sorry, and night blues all over the rest of it. And you'll see that, well, you'll see soon anyway, as I start to add water to this to activate it. It's sloppy and messy. It's already sloppy and messy. I'm not patient enough to do like an even coat the first time. So I will take 2 and 3 passes at something rather than, have to do it right the first time. I'm sure it would be quicker if I did it right the first time. I just can't be bothered half the time. I just want to slap the color down. Sometimes I get lucky and it works out perfect. Sometimes I go back. In the case of this page, I do have to go back and add to it, a little bit on my cutting board type thing and do it by hand, just add the color that way, which you will see soon, so I don't have to explain too much. I sped this part up, I think 5 times speed because there's so much going on, and it's almost, watching it in playback for me was just painful. It was like, we get it. You're wetting a brush and you're moving the color around. So if you ever want to see me do this slower, let me know. We'll work on a smaller something and do it that way. I also have an entire video up on the channel about how I use only Neocolor tools to color a page. And that is under my Color With Me playlist. And it's got a matchbook mouse page as the image on the thumbnail. And that is all done with Neocolor 2s. Now, it's been a minute. If it's sped up, it's only sped up like 2 times just to make it fit within a half-hour video. But it's very visible, very easy to see. I talk you through the whole process. And I'm beginning to think, like I'm trying to remember, I don't think it's sped up at all because I think it was in real time with me talking while I was doing it. So that is a much better video as far as how do I use Neocolor Choose in a coloring book than this is. This is just, me coloring and chatting with you, and I'm kind of hurrying through this part because it's a lot to look at. That's a big blue space. It didn't feel like it until I started working on it. But I think it needed the nighttime because we have the lanterns, we have the lights in the bathroom. I just figured that it was night, so I wanted to keep going with the idea of that. And yeah, you can start to see the left-hand side is drying and it's streaky and sloppy, but by the end of the video, we'll have that worked out. And it's just getting around all these little tiny things at the bottom that, takes a little extra time. So yeah, talk to me in the comments. Tell me, what you think of the page, what you think I could have done different, what colors you would have liked to have seen. I've said I'm going to get to a live chat soon because I'm really hoping to get you guys involved in one of my pages completely, like group-led activity. Tell me what color to do this or that or the other thing. I would love that myself, so I hope that's something you'd be interested in. Also, if you've stayed this far, please like and subscribe and come back for the next color along. Come back for the hauls. There's always a haul. I can't stop shopping. It's just, sometimes I think that hobby's a different one from the actual coloring. And sometimes that hobby takes precedence, and sometimes the actual coloring takes precedence. But either way, they're both hobbies. And we're just getting in all those little spaces in the hydrangeas. This is what I said. This is a clear glass cutting board from the Dollar Tree, and it's got like a textured surface. And I use that to rub my crayons on to just get the pigment so I can pick it up with water and my brush and just kind of fill out those areas where it looked a little streaky. And it does take a while this way. It's not the easiest or quickest way to do something, but it is something that does get done. So it works for me. But this is our second pass through the whole blue part. And what we did was add like a little bit of white where the lanterns are to just lighten that up a little bit more. and we'll just keep going around till we get it all filled in again. I can't speed up to find out how much longer this part will be because I'm recording it as I'm watching it. So it's going to be a few moments, but yeah. So I'm just trying to think of all the things I've asked you guys. I've asked for so many things. Wedding dress websites, what pages you want me to color, what medias you want me to use. If you're interested in me going back to doing the fun size coloring, which is the smaller images and just doing one here and there so that you can see how I color a specific thing like a flower or a leaf, or I can't even think of any of the things that I'm talking about like in Johanna Bassford books, like the 15 or 20 things on a page, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm really curious what everybody wants to see. I do have a list of stuff I'm going to be working on, but new information is always better, to have for the next set of videos. And yeah, I want to keep making the coloring videos. I think a lot of people are here for my hauls, which is nice, but I'm not stopping with the shopping, but I don't want that to be like the only thing I do. I do color a lot. If you watch my finished pages videos, I average more than 20 a month, and most of them are like this type of coloring page. There's a few mandalas, there's a few color by numbers on some months, but for the most part, it's more intricate, detailed coloring. And I do accomplish a lot of that a month, and I would like to do more of it where you can see it because it's what I enjoy doing. It's kind of why I started the channel. I just want to incorporate more of it into the videos that are available. Right now, we're just cleaning up that outside edge and making sure that we've got the dark bits on the outside because they started to blend together pretty good with the lighter blue. And by lighter, I just mean a smidge. But yeah, we're almost to the part where we get to do the finishing touches. And that's always my favorite part because when I start a project, I'm so excited. And by the time I get to the end, I'm just like, let's just be done now. And once I start with like the white gel pen or like gold color or anything like that, I'm like, yes, we're almost there. Glossy accents is another one. If I get to that, I'm like, we're almost done. We're almost done. And I still like the page. I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't know. My attention span goes out the window, I guess. So yeah, we look like we're just about done here. This is the final pass through, which I need to say this. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. This is being done over the course of an entire day, day and a half. I'm not entirely sure how long this part took. We've changed colors now on the screen, but please hear me out. This dried every time before I came back in with more color. So I was never using wet on wet paper because it would go right through, it'll bleed through, it'll rip the paper if we're not careful. So yeah, always wait until your first layer is dry before doing the second layer. I can't believe I almost forgot to say that. I took a gold gel pen and colored the key that is hanging from the leaves, which you can see towards the center of the page. And now we're just using a white gel pen to color in the bubbles and stars that she had already drawn onto the page and the light lines around the lanterns that were there. And I'll also be outlining all the bubbles that are on the ground and are in the bubble bath. I did nothing with the lights inside the bathroom, the string of lights, because I think they would disappear, and I didn't want that to happen. We're just doing all the bubbles inside the building now, or in the bathroom. So sorry I went off on a tangent. I just got scared because I realized I did not say do not use wet on wet. We added some stars to the porthole window. And we're just finishing up all those bubbles. And here we are outlining the bubble bath bubbles. And after I outlined them, I added some little white dots towards the bottom of it to give it more dimension, which you can see I'm doing here. I know it's hard to see because in this light, this was full daylight with the sun out. And I used my lights to try and dim the sun, and it kind of worked, but not enough. So everything's kind of shiny and hard to see. At the end of the video, I do shut the lights off, and it is dark enough at that point. Or my light, the the sun had moved from the window near my desk. So when I shut the lights off, you'll be able to get a more true idea of what the page looks like in regular lighting. This has got 2 ring lights on it and sunlight. So as I said, it's very, very bright. And it's not a true representation of anything, but it's easier for me to see with the more lights on. And I could edit the video and change the lighting in it, but I don't really want to do that because then I feel like it's kind of like not true. It's a little difficult to explain because I'm being weird about it, but yeah, I just like to leave it the color it actually is in the room. This is what it appeared like to me the whole time I was doing it. And then at the end, like I said, I will turn the light off and you'll get to see the regular color, which is coming up quite soon. So I'm just going to take this time now to apologize once again for the sound of my voice. Please leave some comments and let me know what you want. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And here's your regular colored light and just a quick scan of it. So until next time, my friends, have yourselves a very colorful day. Bye.